Well, out with the old and in with the new. This is the update on the Yurt from an old memory here. Kimura, Middletown, steps up into the past. But presently, here at Yurtopia. Brian and Sarah, wishing you the best. This will be a brief tour to answer some of your questions. Starting with my solar panels, which actually don't work. So, that's easy. Skip it. But, otherwise, the 30-foot Pacific Yurt, I believe, starts off around $12,000. I think that's it. With all my extras, it was around 17,000. So, pardon the wood piles. That is what it is. Extra features. Opening sunroof. Sometimes it helps let the heat out. I think the swamp cooler does most of the work, and I don't even use the top anymore. I added 6 of these Velcro windows. Pay extra for that. And that's great. 2 French door set. Pay extra for that. The little deck is my own great add-on. I'll do a full circle and then we'll step inside. Yeah, so 6 extra windows. Get it. Underneath the yurt was 2 to 3 inches of spray foam insulation. I hired a crew to do that. Very necessary. We may come back out here, but let me show you right now the swamp cooler. This is the big old swamp cooler. It's about, I don't know, 42 inches, 4 by 4. And I got a little 1/8 line of water coming in there, and it pumps right up into a hole I cut in the yurt. And you know what? It's great to have storage space under here because I'm on a hill, and this had to be raised up. But it really makes it hard to open at least 3 of these windows in summertime. It's no fun to be crawling around on a ladder. But yeah, check it out. Welcome to the Yurtopia. I've been picking a lot of beautiful flowers from the farm I'm working at. This is my favorite morning spot. I'll sit right here. Look at the birds on the old chestnut limbs and art studio, and that beautiful Boonville mosaic of stained glass. But here we are, the solarium, salvaged windows from East Bay. In fact, yeah, I salvaged these, and then I drove to Scotus's Barbecue in Guerneville or somewhere. That was, I guess, two and a half years ago. Genkan, Japanese shoe removal area. And in we go. So, my solar panels did convert to my 2 Aqueon batteries briefly, but after many hundreds of dollars and multiple solar technicians, this is useless. There's my little setup for the swamp cooler. I keep it around 85 because it really honestly does not get any cooler in the 90-degree days in here than 84 degrees. So the swamp cooler makes it decent. And now the big panorama. Soak it all up. This is the 30 foot. You can see online the basic package you'll buy, plus all the extra features, like insulation. It's thin insulation, so it doesn't do much. Thus, you should insulate yourself for the sake of the sound of rain and the heat of the summer days. So about 2 months ago, I added all this myself. 2-inch foam insulation, and it really helps in summer, and I expect it'll make the sound of rain less severe. It gets really loud because you're basically living in a drum when it rains. You're inside the base, the big drum here. So that insulation went up really easy. I did it myself. Just took a lot of custom cutting, as you can see, and some taping and a little bit of screwing to secure it. So yeah, I got space for everything. I mean, this is tongue and groove, so that's that was a project in itself. A nice street shoe. I think it was a gallon or two of finishing coat I put on there for something called street shoe. My work desk, swamp cooler pumps up through there. Library bed, clothing, French doors, and that's how that works. My wood stove for winter. Your buddy up there in Lake County installed that for me, referenced from you. I got one of these Olympic models. I think I invested $4,000 in that baby. So I put in the bricks around there. They should be probably another 6 inches or 12 to be to code. A little bit of concrete board back there. Maybe not necessary, I don't know. And then Chris Love Stove guy came out and installed it with his 2 helpers and hauled off my old one. And it was as simple as that. Never had issues, even with my old stove. It's always been pretty damn safe in here. And generally the breeze blows this way, so that's important. So from the outside, all the ashes go not onto the roof. So consider where the breeze comes when you install the stove. It'd be nice to have the predominant breeze blowing them directly away from the roof ceiling. And there's a photo my friend took. Kerem, the Turk, he took the photo of old Kimura in Middletown with that reliable RV. Thank you again for passing that on to me. And speaking of classic photos, there is real Linda. My grandma and Beth Hunter on her back, walking towards, I'm guessing, Ted Hunter, who took the photo, on the old family farm, Happy Acres. My dad's wakizashi, short sword. And yeah, so much of this stuff was secondhand, so it's amazing how happily one could live on couches donated from friends in Marin, to an old Amish cabinet I found in Healdsburg. Some Mexicans sold me a water jug. Propane coming in from the outside to fuel my 4-burner stovetop. Kitchen island. Oh man, so I harvested so many tomatoes. They're damn good. Um, oh, you'd love this old Tibetan carpet too. Oh, those pastel colors make me happy. But yeah, so that's, I think there's only 2 or 3 new things I bought here. The stove, the fridge from TVAC, and the wood stove. And I use madrone and oak in that wood stove, all from the land. So this is a gray water system. I just plumbed it myself. It goes down and out to that stump over there, and after I don't know, 2.5 years of being in here, never had any issues. I don't even really check that very much. So it just drains out. I don't even do that P twist, that P, what is that? You're supposed to have a little loop in the system so gunk and smells don't come back up. I haven't done that, had no issues, just pour down a little bleach every once in a while. I tried doing broccoli sprouts. That was a failure. And that is about it. What else you asked about? Okay, I'll go outside and talk about the trees, because I think I've covered all the other essentials in here. One last view. Yeah, I do love my outdoor shower, I'll tell you that much. That's okay. We'll go around the back side. I often have lunch out here too. Oh, there's the Kaleidotron. And here's Kaleidotron props. And there's my courtyard with a lot of purslane growing right now in my 5 bird baths. I like to definitely watch the birds at lunchtime here. The outhouse, Le Pouperie, full of flowers. Pouperie. My 1 raised bed garden. And just random decoration in the famous Jabba the Hutt. I haven't quite finished it from the meditation hall as I intended, or guest quarters, but I'll tell you, it's staying cool. So there it is, the outdoor shower. I like it. It works. Year-round. Winter, summer, even in winter, a nice propane heater keeps that water hot. I wish I had real windows though. This is a pain. Trying to get airflow. So when you look up from the yurt, it's clear above there. I cleared extra bay branches that were leaning here, partly because the drips were so loud on the roof in winter, but also because of, as you said in your message, the potential for tree branch damage. Then I had a crew come out and remove a giant bay tree that I did not consider well when constructing this. I thought, no, everything's fine. I cut back, chainsawed a bunch of trees, then put this up in 3 days with my dad. I'll make sure you get the time-lapse video. And a year later, I was looking up going, oh, that bay tree right here was starting to lean more than I liked. So hired a guy from Ukiah to come and cut that. There it is. That was a simple setup for me for my cooking stove, 5 gallons. I just walk them over every once in a while to the gas station and fill them up. And this has worked pretty well so far for heating my water. Reliance. I guess I should clean it off. It's got its own tank. But if you're more thoughtful than I am, because I am not very considerate in planning things, you probably put them on the same, or split them. One propane split goes to the heater and the cooktop. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's great to get started for a home. I just don't like being in there alone, and I don't like being in there year-round. It's too severe for me, and I'm tired of it. But I appreciate it almost every other part of the year. So, from Cloverdale with love, G-Man signing out under the biggest, most stunning madrone tree on the land. How's that? And as George Harrison said, doody doody doo, here comes the sun, doobie doobie, it's alright. Alright, the fog is burnt off. Sayonara. Arrivederci.